Batman, 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 what? Batman, Batman, yeah. Batman, yeah. Batman, yeah. Batman, Batman, hey, Batman, Batman, what? Mr. Never use a gap, man. Yeah. Never turn like a Batman.
LeBron James is obviously one of the best players we've ever seen in the game of basketball, and he has been great everywhere he's been. He's been to 3 teams, Cleveland, Miami, and now the Lakers. But the question is, which LeBron was the best? You know, like which version of LeBron James was the best version of him? Good question, isn't it? But before we get into the video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't, because you know I need it. Make sure you guys follow me on all these social media platforms for daily NBA content. That includes podcasts, tweets, Instagrams. Look, you name it, I got it. And I also have a website now that will be linked in the bio. So make sure you guys check all that out. Now, like I said before, which version of LeBron James is the best? I'm going to be ranking them from 4 to 1. So meaning the worst version of LeBron to the best version of LeBron James. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. The first version of LeBron, or the worst version of LeBron, is first stint Cleveland LeBron James. So that means from his rookie season all the way up to the year 2010 when he left to Miami. Now, this is no shade or slight at LeBron James. LeBron has always been amazing. Take a look at the screen. For the years 2003 till 2010, he put up 27.8 points per game, 7.0 assists, 7 rebounds, 1.7 steals, 0.9 blocks per game. The reason why this version of LeBron I put last is for a few reasons. One, he wasn't truly polished yet. He was just an athletic monster who showed promise. He had game, but he didn't have it all put together yet. The IQ wasn't there yet. He was just very athletic. And towards the end of his stay in Cleveland the first time around, he started to become an elite defender. But his first few seasons in the league, he just truly wasn't that yet. He made the NBA Finals. He was a 2-time MVP. He was still spectacular. His athleticism was just otherworldly. And LeBron was still just a great player. Took his team all the way to the finals at the age of 22. Simply insane. Now, next up, what the version of LeBron could come next? Drum roll. Nah, I don't really got drum rolls like that. But Los Angeles Laker LeBron James. Now, look, it's only been 2 actual full seasons. But let's go ahead and take a look at his stats first. 26.3 points per game, 9.3 assists per game, 8.1 boards, 1.2 steals, and 0.6 blocks per game. Now, why do I have this version of LeBron ranked 3rd ahead of Cleveland? Well, LeBron at this point is the smartest he's ever been. The IQ he has right now is just otherworldly. His decision-making in the clutch has improved significantly throughout his career as it's progressed. He's already a champion. He's already a Finals MVP. He led the league in assists last season in year 17, and he was already All-NBA first team, and he was also All-NBA third team in his first season there. LeBron is just simply sensational in a Lakers uniform. The only reason why it's not ranked higher is because his defense is pretty much nowhere to be found at this point. Not to say that he's a liability by any means, but he's starting to decline. So, you know, as a result, I can't put him much higher because we're not going to see too much of LeBron for too many years left. But his mind, his IQ, his clutch time, his decision-making, his playmaking, and even his shot-making, you guys have seen his range in a Lakers uniform. It's just spectacular. The Lakers LeBron is 3rd on this list. Now, next up, and this is where things get real nitpicky. This is where you have to really analyze and really pinpoint which one is better or which one is worse. And with a very tough decision, up next, in second place, out of all the versions of LeBron, is second stint Cleveland LeBron James. So from the year 2014 until the year 2018. Now, first things first, let's just go ahead and go through a brief summary of the stats. LeBron, from 2014 till 2018, 26.1 points per game, 8 assists, 7.7 boards, 1.4 cookies per game, and 7 blocks per game. Now, why is this version of Cleveland second on the, LeBron list? LeBron at this point had it all figured out. He was still pretty athletic, not as athletic as Miami or first version Cleveland LeBron, but still athletic enough. He wasn't quite a defensive liability. Well, he was in the year 2018, but prior to that, he was still a solid defender. But his playmaking, his IQ really took that next step. His leadership truly took that next step. Throughout these years, he made 4 finals appearances. He was a finals MVP. He came back down 3-1 in the year 2016 in the finals against the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. He was 4-time first team All-NBA. LeBron, at this point, was sensational. He got a little post game. His mid-range started to get a little bit better. That was one of his weaknesses early on in his career. But this version of LeBron was just the most well-rounded LeBron we ever had. And that's why I have it second. But what could possibly proceed or surpass this version of LeBron? It's Miami LeBron. Now, why is LeBron in Miami the best version of LeBron we've ever seen? It's quite simple. LeBron in Miami was at his complete apex on both ends of the basketball court. There was no true hole in his game. The defense he provided, on the impact on that side of the floor, as well as the offense. Let's go ahead and get a brief breakthrough of the stats. From the year 2010 to 2014, he was putting up 26.9 points per game, 6.7 assists, 7.6 boards, 1.7 steals. But the thing about LeBron in Miami, you had to see it. You had to be there. It was must-see TV. The way he dominated the game of basketball, the way he dominated his opponents. He was listed at 6'9", 255 pounds, something like that. But he was pushing 270. Let's keep it a bean. It was all muscle. 2-time NBA champ, 2-time finals MVP, 4-time finals appearances, 2 MVPs, 4 All-NBA first team, and 4-time All-Defensive. And he was runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year in the year 2013. He was simply a physical freak. He sat in that chair and played real defense. And another reason why Miami LeBron is the best is because he was the most efficient he's ever been in any version of LeBron ever. 54.3% from the field, 75.8% from the free throw line, 58.2% from 2. 3-point percentage was 36. Effective field goal percentage of 57. His true shooting percentage was in the 60s. Like, all these percentages were at an all-time high for LeBron. When you compare it to the other versions of himself, they all fall short. This is first in every single category. Like, I don't understand what version of LeBron could be better. He was giving you elite defense on elite efficiency. Now, he wasn't the same IQ. He didn't have the IQ that he had in Cleveland or, now that he has in Los Angeles. But he was just so physically dominant that he made up for it. The dunks that he had, you saw the dunk on Jason Terry. Just the things that he was able to do would never be replicated, was never done before him, and will never be done again. Miami LeBron was just special. He was at his absolute apex. Now, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys truly enjoyed this video. If you have a different list, if you disagree, make sure you hit me in that comment section below. I would love to chat it up and talk with you guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and follow me on all social media platforms. And with that out of the way, Edwin signing off. Peace.